Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrestling Heat. I am your host here, Easy Koo, and if you didn't know the name, well, now you do. Ladies and gentlemen, hope y'all been having a good night and a good weekend. So, ladies and gentlemen, got a lot of wrestling news for you, so we're going to hop straight into the news right now. It looks like we have two new signees to the WWE. One is Timothy Thatcher. He signed to the WWE, and another one, Killer Kross. I believe Killer Kross was on Impact. And Timothy Thatcher was on Evolved, and I think he was like a longtime champion over there. And they're both really good. Supposedly, they're going to try to push them to the top, to the main roster, but I think they're going to go through the same process that everybody else goes through, NXT, then eventually the main roster. So ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WWE, Timothy Thatcher and Killer Kross. Totally butchering their names, but ladies and gentlemen, what do y'all think about that? Are y'all excited to see them in the WWE? I know I am. So ladies and gentlemen, moving straight along, I think in one of my other videos that I was talking about Samoa Joe and how he might have had a Wellacy policy, you know, put on him and him being suspended in the WWE, but it doesn't look that way. Supposedly it is just a concussion, nothing serious. PW Insider and another news source kind of messed up their information, so I messed up my information, so I believe it was in another video, and if I haven't even said it yet, then I'm thinking in the future. But ladies and gentlemen, Samoa Joe hasn't been suspended, it wasn't violated, just a concussion. So Samoa Joe, get well, keep that brain on ice, and come back, and can't wait to see you choke out some people and you know, do what you do. So ladies and gentlemen, moving right along, it looks like WWE was in talks with a legend, and that legend name is Sting, for either an appearance or a match at Saudi Arabia, or vice versa for WrestleMania 36. I'm not sure on how true this is, but supposedly they're in talks. But I don't know how to really feel about that, if that's true. I don't really know who he would go against or face, Undertaker, Sting, but I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, supposedly he's going to be around. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I would just throw this little bit of news in there anyway. So ladies and gentlemen, moving right along, it looks like Velveteen Dream, if you're watching NXT with me on Wednesday nights over on Periscope, Velveteen Dream, he has come back from his injury. So he pretty much came back and took on Undisputed, and it was pretty awesome. I got a big pop from me seeing him come back. I used to hate the guy, but now I love him. So Velveteen Dream, welcome back to it. I was about to say Impact, NXT. Ladies and gentlemen, can't wait to see what they got for him. If they really got a storyline for him, more than likely he's going to be taking on Undisputed, since they were the ones to, you know, take him out. So, ladies and gentlemen, Velveteen Dream is back in NXT. So we are moving right along to Sasha Banks. It is rumored for her to be actually injured right now with an ankle injury. I'm not sure on how true this is, if this is just kayfabe or, you know, actually real. Supposedly she during the scuffle with her, Bayley, and Lacey Evans, how Lacey Evans attacked both of them, and we've seen Sasha Banks, you know, holding her ankle. Supposedly it's a legit injury, but like I said, I'm not sure on how true it is. If her, you know, just being a heel and, you know, just working maybe an angle with Bayley, but I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Supposedly she's injured, Sasha Banks, and if so, girl, you are injured a whole lot of times, and hope to see you back in the ring and actually get a decent storyline and see if we get you in WrestleMania, maybe Bayley, you. How about Sasha Banks Bayley and Naomi, WrestleMania. Maybe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a little, if it happens, you heard it from me first. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sasha Banks is injured. That's the reason why we haven't seen her on television. So moving right down to, I've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of people freaking out about WWE and, you know, what's going on with them selling the rights to the pay-per-views and stuff like that, and the network, and there might be a little bit more on the network, WWE Network, so it might not be $10 anymore. I'm not sure on how much it would be, but I just think they're going back probably to the old style on how we used to do pay-per-views, in which order them on the television. I don't really know, ladies and gentlemen. I just say don't freak out about it. I don't really think all that much is going to change, so hold on, let's see what's going to happen, and whatever happens, happens, you know what I mean? We really don't have any control of what Vince wants to do, so we're just going to sit back, just like I am, and gonna wait and see what's going to pan out, you know, over the following weeks and months, and whatever is going to happen. But I don't think it's all that big of a deal. I just think it's Vince trying to make more money, like Impact, you know, they go to, like, they did, what was it, Twitch and stuff like that. So I just think WWE is going to put out more feelers out into the streaming world. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know down below, what do you think is going to be happening when all this, you know, comes to fruition? Is much going to change? I don't know, but fingers crossing that all that much isn't going to, you know, affect the network all that much. Maybe a spike in, you know, price, but let me know down below, what do y'all think about this whole predicament with the pay-per-views and them wanting to sell the rights to pay-per-views. And moving right along to some injury updates. Adam Cole, he ended up getting some staples in the back of his head, but he is going to make it to the next NXT TakeOver. But the one that's in question right now is Tommaso Ciampa. We've seen him kind of tweak his leg over on NXT with the match, you know, that happened this past Wednesday, which was a pretty good one, by the way. So we are not 100% sure if he is going to be making it to NXT TakeOver, which is a hell of a bummer if you ask me. But I think he will be fine whenever, you know, TakeOver arrives. Adam Cole, he's got some staples, but he'll make it. But that's some injury stuff that was going around. Adam Cole, he's okay to go, but Ciampa, we don't really know yet. I'll keep y'all tuned to that. Ladies and gentlemen, moving right along. Here's some stuff about Rusev. Supposedly the reason why that we haven't seen him on television is probably a few things that I'm actually thinking of. But first one is they don't really have anything for him right now after all this Bobby Lashley and Lana, you know, shenanigans. But supposedly the reason why he hasn't been on television is because either one, they don't really have stuff for him, and the real reason why I'm thinking is because he has some stuff going on with the contract and stuff like that. We know Lana just signed a new 5-year deal. I'm thinking that Rusev, he is going to be coming to the WWE, and right now it's about money. So that's the only thing that they're trying to work out right now. But we know Vince is paying buku bucks for everybody to stay so they don't hop ship over to the AEW side. So more than likely they'll come up with an agreement, and more than likely I'm thinking we're going to be seeing Rusev back in the WWE. I don't know what they're going to be having him do, but we all seen the Bobby Lashley and Lana shenanigans. But ladies and gentlemen, Rusev, I think he's going to be signing since, you know, his wife is in the WWE for the next 5 years. So that's my take on that. Ladies and gentlemen, my spiritual animal, Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute, I'm thinking he's going to be staying with WWE. And ladies and gentlemen, if you disagree, let me know down below. Ladies and gentlemen, moving straight along. I am definitely mumbling all my damn words. I am sorry. But your boy got some cotton mouth, so hold on just like 2.3 seconds. There we go. Feeling a little better. Alright. Moving right along. Looks like, oh boy, Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle, it looks like he has some heat with Vince McMahon in the back, and I believe Vince McMahon sees Matt Riddle as an outsider, and he's trying to get all these matches with, like top stars, and he's not up there, and blasey. So he has some pretty significant heat with Vince McMahon backstage, and I got some stuff for y'all like right here to look at. And Matt Riddle, you are one hell of a dude, man, and you got a whole lot of balls for still calling out Brock Lesnar and still going on with what you're doing. But ladies and gentlemen, Matt Riddle, he has zero fucks to give when it comes to Vince McMahon and management and all that stuff. But I think it's hilarious. It might just be a work, might be a shoot, but more than likely it's just Matt Riddle being Matt Riddle, stirring up the pot and trying to get matches with big people, which you really can't get mad at him. He's trying to make that dollar and get some matches going. So Matt Riddle, mega heat. Vince McMahon, not really looking good. But let me know down below. Do y'all think we will actually get a match between either Goldberg and Matt Riddle, or Brock or Matt Riddle? Let me know down below. Or is this Matt Riddle just, smoking a little bit of that wacky tobacco, you know what I mean? But ladies and gentlemen, moving straight along, we all have seen it. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos from not too long ago about Vince McMahon losing over $1 billion, and I think he's estimated to lose another $300 and something million with stuff going on with the XFL actually right now. But looks like the stock has fallen even more on Wall Street. I think, like I said in my last video, WWE's in a little bit of a chaos mode. But, Vince McMahon, he's been knocked around before. And I think, he'll probably stable out. But WWE, oh boy, you guys got hell of a talent. You guys fired or let go some people that were trying to make more profit for the business and, a better product from what I've heard. But, Vince and them had a disagreement, so boom, they're gone. But ladies and gentlemen, the stocks are still floundering. People are getting worried. Well, not like super worried because they are billionaires, but people are getting a little, shaky about the WWE. But I believe in the WWE. I'm also a WWE fan. I'm also an AEW fan, and I want to see all promotions doing good. I want to see wrestling, how it used to be. Everybody talking about it. Everybody, you see people walking around with Stone Cold t-shirts and stuff like that. You don't really, at least I don't see it in the town where I'm at all that much. I'm the one that's usually wearing either some Dragon Ball or my Shinsuke or my Stone Cold or my NWO shirt, still representing, you know what I mean? But moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, this one's kind of concerning. It has to deal with Ric Flair, and it looks like he is having a little bit of memory loss, which, it's possible with all the chair shots and, the partying that he's been doing, over the years. But he has come out and said that he's been having some memory problems. So ladies and gentlemen, wishing Ric Flair, woo, the best of luck. I love the guy, and I don't know, man, maybe it's said to get the brain a going, you know what I mean? But ladies and gentlemen, wishing Ric Flair, best of luck. He is getting older and he is a legend, and just wishing him the best, Mr. Ric Flair. Woo! Sorry, I don't really have all that much space to do all the, strut and stuff. But moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we got some some CM Punk going on in the news right now, and it says CM Punk jokes about WWE announcers not allowed to say his name. And I think that is very ridiculous. Why would you not allow a person to reference, something that we've seen with our own eyes in the past, and they're not really allowed to say his name? Come on, WWE, be better. That's all I ask. That's all we all ask. But you can be better on just letting your announcers be who they are, say what they see in the match, and not always be in their ears saying, what to say, or a full-on script on what they have to say. So I think it's pretty hilarious that CM Punk has been joking on Twitter about WWE announcers not able to say the forbidden words CM Punk. So, moving right along with all the CM Punk shenanigans, it looks like WWE might be repackaging the Iconics. So therefore, it's probably the reason why we haven't seen them. It's been rumored, been hearing it here and there about them probably getting a whole different, music and stuff like that. But that's yet to be seen or actually, heard of. It's just rumors, but it looks like Iconics could be getting repackaged. If you're an Iconic fan, let me know down below. I am. They're two beautiful ladies, and I dig them. So, moving right along from that, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have our very first full-time African-American female referee, Aja Smith. I think that's how you say her name. And she said it is a long, dream of hers being in the WWE. So welcome to the WWE family, and hoping to see you either on NXT TV or on the main roster. So Aja, I'm probably butchering the shit out of how you're supposed to pronounce it, but welcome to the WWE, and can't wait to see you. And moving, actually that is very true. I have never seen on WWE television, period, an African female referee. So right on you, girl. That's fucking awesome. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, me and myself don't really think all that much, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome her to the WWE family. Hope everything works out. So moving right along, it looks like some WWE superstars have been warning people on Twitter, social media, about people pretty much bringing fake accounts and sending them messages and stuff like that when it's not even the real person. I think I'm only followed by a few famous people, which I know one is John Cena, but he's been adding a lot of people lately, and a few other people I can't really think of. I think Rob Van Dam, maybe not, maybe I'm just overthinking that, probably not, but yeah, don't fall for it. If it doesn't have the blue certification or any kind of thing that says that it's actually them, don't fall for it. I almost fell for it one time, but I was just like, dude, you're a guy trying to be Charlotte Flair, like, who are you trying to fool? But ladies and gentlemen, moving right along from that, it looks like I was gonna say AEW, but it has to deal with AEW. Vince McMahon says AEW has not caused a change to the WWE content, and we can tell. Vince, you need to roll with the times. We ask for stuff, we don't get stuff, and I'm getting a little frustrated, but I've been watching WWF, WWE, WWF stuff from way back in the day, and WWE, we just want you to do better. You know what I mean? So I would say switch up some of the stuff that you're doing, because a lot of people are leaving and not having trust for the WWE anymore, especially after letting go to, powerful people. You're losing money, over $1 billion and another like 400 or 300 million for the XFL. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully, we get a little bit of a change sometime soon, I'm hoping. But let me know what y'all think about that. Vince McMahon saying that, he's not really paying no mind to AEW, which I think he should. But moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like AEW, I seen it over on their last Dynamite that they had on Wednesday. Well, I watched it Friday, but there was a guy on the front row, and they zoomed in on it, and it pretty much said Vince still sucks, and it was yellow and red, I believe. And I found that pretty hilarious, because Vince McMahon, like I said, that was probably a fan of yours at one point in time, and you just throw him away, and now you're not making none of his money because he ain't paying for the network, and he's not watching the pay-per-views or going to the shows anymore. So WWE, as you can see, people are saying Vince sucks, and a lot of stuff is going on. But ladies and gentlemen, Vince McMahon needs to, get his mind right. He's got, I think he should, relieve power to Triple H, because obviously they're making fun of him over on AEW, and I found that very funny, and I'd probably, I had a brain fart there. Sorry about that. But ladies and gentlemen, moving straight on to the next thing. Like I said, they're making jokes, focusing on the Vince McMahon sucks shirt. And I'm pretty sure they'll probably focus in on more of that kind of stuff as, more fans bring it in. And I find it pretty funny. But moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting a little scatterbrained like I always do. Talked about Vince McMahon. We talked about AEW focusing on some funny merchandise. And we're going to move right along to some more stuff that has to deal with Vince McMahon. It looks like Ruby Hardy lets Vince know how she feels about her husband pitching story ideas to Vince and Vince McMahon rejecting them. And it was pretty much a picture of, I think, Nancy Pelosi ripping up Donald Trump's speech or whatever. But it said Vince McMahon on one side and Matt Hardy on the other. And I think that is Ruby Hardy is definitely has zero fucks to give when it comes to, her husband's contract and her future in the WWE, and WWE and Vince, this shooting down his creative. He's a very, very like look at the Broken stuff that he did over on Impact. That was like, that was awesome. And they did one little thing with the Broken or the Woken gimmick in the WWE with Bray Wyatt with Matt Hardy, which was funny as all hell. I watched it probably 1,000,000 times, rerun on YouTube, but it was mower of lawns, chair of wheels, mower of lawn. It was hilarious, and I think WWE, like I've been saying, let your superstars be themselves. For a change, it wouldn't hurt. For all it might grow new people. I can't even talk straight yet again. Vince McMahon, you need to be spanked. You need to be whipped by MJF. like he did Mr. A1 Sauce, Cody Rhodes. Man, he took a beating on AEW. Whew. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Ruby Hardy really sticking up for her man in the WWE and how they've been treating him, and I totally agree. I believe they should let Matt Hardy be who he is. He is pretty much like a genius when it comes to making up some pretty cool stuff, as we've seen with the Broken and Woken stuff. Like, that was, I loved it. And WWE is just pretty much, you know, squishing him in front of us. And I'm not a fan of that. So therefore, you get 10 lashings by MJF, Vince McMahon, you bad, bad man. But, moving right along, more stuff about Vince McMahon. This was put out not too long ago about Vince McMahon has asked Chris Jericho. I believe Chris Jericho said something about on a podcast or a interview that Vince McMahon, whenever AEW was coming around, Chris Jericho said, "I'm going to sign the contract." And Vince McMahon was like, go ahead. And I guess Vince McMahon thought he was playing chicken. Chris Jericho was playing chicken with him. And he went over there and actually signed the contract. And Vince McMahon calls him up and was like, "So did you sign the contract?" And our boy Chris Jericho was like, "Yep." And Vince was just like, "Oh, can you get out of it?" And Chris Jericho's like, "No." And I just find that hilarious because I think Vince McMahon put his own foot in his mouth whenever he told Chris Jericho to go ahead and sign with the new promotion. You're nuts, Vince, which has been shown. But ladies and gentlemen, I find that hilarious. Vince McMahon kicking himself in the ass after letting, you know, Chris Jericho go to AEW. What are you thinking? So, ladies and gentlemen, moving straight along, well, let me know about, you know, that whole thing about Ruby Hardy. Definitely let me know your thoughts on that. And definitely let me know what you think about Chris Jericho being asked out of his contract by Vince McMahon because Vince McMahon is going senile. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving straight on to Brock Lesnar pitching ideas to work with R-Truth a few more times. And I think the segment that we got with R-Truth and Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman was some comedic gold. Had me laughing hysterically and had me saying, "Get out of the ring before Brock Lesnar eats you for a snack." But it looks like Brock Lesnar is loving R-Truth, and we all love R-Truth anyway. I know some of y'all might not like him, but I like R-Truth. He's a little crazy, a little nuts. He's like 35, 24/11, 35, you know, champion. But let me know what y'all think about that. Brock Lesnar wanting to work more with R-Truth. I think that's pretty funny. We could be seeing more shenanigans between them two before WrestleMania. Or at WrestleMania, who knows? Maybe he runs out and causes Brock to lose the title. And here's one thing that I'm just going to throw into the video because I just recently seen it on Twitter, which is a bummer if it's true, but it looks like it's been reported that Tayana, she is from Brazil. She is recently on NXT. We've seen her on television a few times. Hella thick. But it looks like she has walked out of NXT for a contractual dispute. For more than likely, it was for money. But it is being said that she's still in NXT, but that's not 100%, you know, a fact. So I don't know if she's in, I don't know if she's out, but more than likely what it's sounding like, we might not be seeing her on television, which really sucks because I was really starting to get into her charisma in the ring and her, you know, ring style and her gear. You know, like I said, thick, but that really sucks. Really sucks for NXT, and I don't think it's a, you know, a major blow, but it's a miss on, you know, awesome talent like her, and she has proven herself on NXT. I mean, we haven't seen her on television all that much, but it is what it is, I guess. You know, we signed 3 new people in the WWE. One's walked out. I know a lot more want to leave WWE, like the Revival. They haven't signed a new contract, $700,000 contract, that is. But ladies and gentlemen, this video is now 30 minutes long, and it's going to take forever to load up. So ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I didn't ramble too much. Hopefully you guys will, you know, smash the like or smash the dislike. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe. And if you would like to share the video and get more people to join my wrestling heat, my Easy Q Nation, we all one family. And ladies and gentlemen, have a good rest of your weekend. Those have all been down for you boys since day one-ish. You already know you get that extra LOVE and a few more things to be said. Speak proper English. First one, don't drink and drive. Second one, don't text and drive. And forever and always keep it a little bit too sweet. And I am out of here.
Wolfpack is back, cause I'm master's drugs.